Right now, every AI company is trying to fix the exact same problem. And it's a problem they created. Think about it. Every time you want to use ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, you have to do the work. You open the app. You stare at a blank text box. You try to figure out the perfect prompt. It's completely reactive. It's basically high-tech homework. But Google just quietly launched an experiment that flips this entire model upside down. It's called Dreambeans. Instead of you asking the AI questions, Dreambeans watches your digital life in the background, connects the dots while you're asleep, and wakes you up with a finite, illustrated storybook of your day before you even open your mouth. It's not a chatbot. It's a proactive AI engine. And today, we need to do a ruthless deep dive into what this actually is, the insane tech stack powering it, and why this might be Google's most dangerous strategic weapon to completely trap you in their ecosystem. Let's get into it. Okay, so what actually happens when you open this thing? Imagine you wake up, grab your coffee, and instead of opening TikTok to doom scroll through 1,000 videos of people you don't know, you open Dreambeans. You're greeted with a maximum of 10 to 14 cards. Each card is a personalized AI-generated story about your life, complete with custom artwork. Let me give you a real example of how this plays out. Let's say you bought dog treats on Amazon last week, and the confirmation hit your Gmail. Then, your calendar shows your friend Sarah is coming to visit this weekend. And finally, your Google Photos knows you have a golden retriever. Dreambeans synthesizes all of that overnight. When you wake up, you get a card titled, Sarah's Visiting, Dog-Friendly Saturday. It gives you a list of local patio restaurants that allow dogs, surfaces a YouTube video on quick dog training tips so your pup doesn't jump on her, and checks the local weather graph to tell you the best hours to hit the park. You didn't search for any of that. The AI anticipated it. If this sounds familiar, it's because it's the spiritual successor to Google Now from 2012, which was brilliant, but way ahead of its time. Except now, it's injected with LLM reasoning and custom illustrations. It scans your Gmail, calendar, photos, YouTube, and search history. It connects the dots, brews it overnight, and hands you a personalized daily brief. Now, let's talk about the tech stack, because from an engineering perspective, how Google is pulling this off is fascinating and incredibly clever. Google says this runs on two main pillars. First up, the personal intelligence layer. Most AI companies have a memory feature now. ChatGPT has memory, Claude has memory, but their memory is mostly based on what you tell them in the chat. Google's advantage is unfair. They don't need you to tell them anything. You've been giving them your data for 15 years. The personal intelligence layer takes your emails, your flight confirmations, your pet photos, and your chaotic late-night YouTube searches, and builds a unified, living context graph of who you are. The second pillar is a model called Nano Banana 2. Yes, that is the actual name. Nano Banana 2 is essentially Google's highly optimized, lightning-fast image generation pipeline. It's what turns your boring data into a literal illustrated storybook. It can actually look at your Google Photos face groupings and subtly inject your likeness, your pets, or your favorite locations into the artwork. But here's the real engineering secret. Why does it only update overnight? Why does it brew while you sleep? Because running deep, multi-agent AI reasoning across billions of emails, cross-referencing calendars, and generating high-res images dynamically during the day would absolutely destroy Google's compute margins. It would cost a fortune. By batch processing your life asynchronously overnight, Google leverages idle data center capacity when electricity is cheaper and demand is low. It's a brilliant cost containment strategy disguised as a cozy morning ritual. But let's take off the rose-colored glasses for a second and look at the massive hurdles here. Because if this fails, it's going to fail hard. First, let's talk about the AI slop threshold. When you use a chatbot like ChatGPT and it gives you a bad answer, you just type, "No, try again." The friction is low. But when an AI proactively pushes information into your face unprompted, the tolerance for error is zero. If you wake up and 3 of your 10 daily beans are completely irrelevant, like recommending a cat scratching post because you emailed a coworker about their cat, it doesn't feel magical. It feels like spam. It feels like clutter. Then there's the privacy paradox. Google explicitly states that you choose which apps connect, data can be deleted, and it's heavily sandboxed. But let's be real. To get any actual value out of Dreambeans, you have to hand over the keys to the entire castle. You have to let Google's AI swim in your private emails, judge your photos, and track your calendar. For the average consumer, waking up to an AI that says, "Hey, I noticed from your emails that your marriage seems stressed. Here is a couples therapist," that crosses the line from helpful assistant to dystopian surveillance nightmare, real fast. Which is exactly why Google is gatekeeping this right now. As of summer 2026, it's only available in the US. You have to be over 18, and it's locked behind the Google AI Ultra paywall. They are deliberately testing this on their most loyal, ecosystem-locked power users, because they know the average consumer might find it terrifying. But zoom out with me. Dreambeans as a standalone app isn't the real story here. The real story is Google's macro strategy for the next 5 years. Look at the evolution of how we interact with information. Phase 1 was the search engine. You type a keyword, Google gives you 10 blue links. You do the filtering. Phase 2 is the answer engine. Think Gemini or AI overviews. You ask a question, the AI synthesizes the answer for you. Phase 3 is the personal intelligence engine. This is Dreambeans. The AI doesn't wait for you to ask. It continuously understands what you're doing, where you're going, who you know, and what you care about. And it anticipates your needs. Google is explicitly betting that the future of the internet is anti-infinite scroll. They want to move away from optimizing for time spent, which is what TikTok and Instagram do, and start optimizing for relevance per interaction. They want to prove that 10 deeply useful, proactive insights are worth more to your life than scrolling through 1,000 irrelevant posts. If this experiment succeeds, Dreambeans won't stay a standalone app. This architecture will become the core of the Android operating system. It will power the next Pixel devices. It will become the digital tissue connecting everything you do. It's a massive strategic bet. OpenAI and Anthropic are building incredibly powerful standalone brains, but they don't own your email, your calendar, or your photos. Google does. Dreambeans is Google leveraging their ultimate home court advantage. But it all comes down to one question. Do we actually want an AI-curated life? Do we want an algorithm anticipating our day before we even live it? I want to hear from you in the comments. Would you give Google total access to your digital life in exchange for a flawless, proactive personal assistant? Or does this feel a little too close to Black Mirror for comfort? Drop your thoughts below. If you liked this deep dive, smash the like button. Subscribe for more breakdowns of where tech is actually heading, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.